to have this service starting up. They really commend the county for filling this unmet need and setting this up. But they are worried about the fare, and people with disabilities have a lot of trouble finding jobs. And dealing with disability is expensive. You need special equipment, you may have medical needs, and you can't really access cheap goods and services a lot of times because you have a hard time getting out and maybe you can't use the standard services. So disability gets very expensive. So people are worried about the fares. The paratransit is $4 one way. By comparison, the county bus is $1, and the rideshare taxi starts at $2. So I would like to see us work on a lower fare. And also, people mentioned that it was kind of hard to find information about this wonderful service on their website. So again, we commend, people are commending the county for the service. They're worried about the fares, and they do want to be able to easily get information about this great service. Thank you.
Mahalo, Corey. Hilo, the next testifier.
My name is Paul Pasqua.
You like to go out?
I like to go out.
Like to go to the community events?
Community events.
Like what?
The mall.
Walmart, Target.
Target.
Do you like visiting your mom at Life Care, yeah?
Life Care.
Because of your condition.
My condition.
He cannot use the regular bus.
The regular bus.
His PAs cannot take his power wheelchair in the regular cars. So you applied for paratransit.
Yeah.
For the first time, he could go by himself in his power wheelchair to the mall. And how did it feel?
Good.
But $8 is too expensive.
Can you make it cheaper?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mahalo for your testimony. I believe we have a testifier here in Kona. We're ready. Please. 2 testifiers. Okay. Please come up when you're ready. And if you could press the mic for him, and when the green light comes on, it's good to go. I just press the button and it should turn on there. Bring it up close for him so it. Sir, when you're ready, you can begin.
I can talk right now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. My name is Dean Alani.
Close. Just a second. We'll bring the mic closer to you. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
My name is Dean Alani. I'm a blind vendor here at West Hawaii Civic Center. I came over from Honolulu to operate this vending center, vending facility in the West Hawaii Civic Center. And in the past July, I've been riding the Helion Kako, and I'm very appreciative of it. I like it, and I think the $4 that you pay for the service one way, I think it's very good and very reasonable. Any questions?
Not at this time. Thank you for your testimony. Mahalo. Ma'am, our next testifier, when you're ready.
There, Don. Aloha. I want to thank all of our council members and committee members for their service to the community. I am just a resident in Kailo Kona here, but I have a background as a civil engineer with the U.S. Forest Service, with the Department of Agriculture. I've been working with ADA rights my entire career. So I'm an advocate and supportive, and I am wildly happy about what you've done with this paratransit bus for the Helion. It's a new day for people with disabilities. And as you know, I think the disability community is largely invisible because of their mobility impairments. They don't get out, and it's imperative that we include them in everything. We need to be an inclusive society for not only a person that has a mobility impairment, but their entire family that wants to go with them. We're leaders in the world on this. There's people with disabilities all over the world that can't get out. So it's incredibly important, and it's a wonderful thing. It does have to be affordable because most people with disabilities are, unfortunately, in our lower income groups. And $8 round trip to go to the doctor or go anywhere can be prohibitive. That's just a lot of money. And again, with my background, with federal dollars, public service should be for everyone equal. We should always treat everybody equally. And it just goes against my grain for me to pay $1 just because I'm temporarily able. Tomorrow when I'm in a car accident, I have to pay $4. That's just not equal treatment for all of our citizens. And then another thing I just want to mention is the Helion website is really not intuitive. It took me a really long time to find any reference to the paratransit. There needs to be a link right on the front page to make it easy for someone with a disability to find it, hit it, and find at least the application to apply for it. I know probably 15 people in my own life right now that would like to apply for it, and they can't figure out the website. So that needs a little bit of work. Other than that, I applaud you for what you've done, and thank you so much.
Mahalo, Ms. Gonzalez. We have another testifier here in Kona, Ms. Vivian Ontai.
Tai, yes.
Please, when you're ready.
And I just push the button, huh?
You're ready to go.
I'm technologically disabled as well as handicapped. I'm sorry. Anyway, I just want to thank you, since I've been, quote, handicapped. It's a pleasure, to still be able to get out, yeah? You just got to know your limitations. The only, quote, problem I have being short-legged, getting into and out of the van, required. And some of them don't have that grab bar on the top, And being short, I got to get that step, and that makes it kind of unstable, yeah? So I'd always do better sitting in the front because it's lower. The back seat seems to be tilted up and higher up, but I really enjoy what the county is doing for, offering this to people. I'm still able to get out. I can actually go to the beach and sit down and have a picnic and come home. I thought those days are over and just depend upon family, yeah? So thank you. I'm really excited about you inviting me. This is the first time. It's like to see how the state is running things, yeah? And this is the first time I've met the councilman. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Ontai. Hilo, I believe we have more testifiers.
Our last testifier is Karen Rydell, speaking in opposition of Bill 229.
Go ahead when you're ready.
Good morning. My name is Karen Rydell. I'm here on behalf of our consumers with Aloha Independent Living Hawaii, a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing independent living programs and services for persons with disabilities in Hawaii. I wish to oppose the proposed changes in Bill 229 offered to the County Council Public Safety and Mass Transit Committee scheduled today. The Americans with Disability Act ADA requires transit agencies to provide paratransit services to people with disabilities who cannot use the fixed route bus service. The ADA allows county mass transit to charge no more than twice the regular fixed route fare. Chapter 18, Article 4, Section 2, Division 1, Section 18-90, B of the Hawaii County Code reads, discounted fares for senior citizen, persons with disability, and students shall be charged $1 cash, at $1 cash one-way fare. If the regular fixed route fare is offering a discount for persons with disability, I do not comprehend why the paratransit, mainly used by persons with disabilities because of their eligibility requirements, is intending to not following this lead. A big percentage of persons with disabilities fall under the poverty limit and have to budget their money down to the dime. An $8 round trip is a burden that can't be carried by many. If the paratransit is going to establishing this high of a fare, it implies that very few people will be qualified to use it. This would defeat the purpose of the paratransit, providing equal service and access to our community for persons with disabilities that would otherwise be excluded. I therefore urge that the proposed form of Bill 229 be changed and paratransit rides be billed at the same rate as ordinary bus rides. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Hello, do we have any more testifiers? No. All right. At this time, I'll be closing public testimony. We'll move on to our first item on the agenda. Mr. Clerk, please.
Communication 983, nomination of Denise Lehtinen to the Fire Commission from Mayor William P. Kinoy, dated July 25, 2016, submitting for the Council's review and confirmation the above nomination.
Can I have a motion to close file on Communication 983? Moved by Councilmember Poindexter and seconded by Councilmember David. Oh, there's Shar. Shar, if you could please introduce our nominee.
Good morning, Chair and members of the committee. Mayor Kinoy's nominee from Council District 4 to the County of Hawaii Fire Commission is with us this morning. She is Ms. Denise Lehtinen. She's a 20-year resident of Hawaii. She's the owner of DLC Hawaii Media and works as a writer, narrator, and instructor. From 2002 to 2014, Ms. Lehtinen worked on contract as a FireWise Communities Coordinator statewide. She's the current president of the Big Island Press Club and volunteers with the American Red Cross. She's the past secretary of the Big Island Wildlife Coordinating Group and the past secretary of Volunteer Organizations Archive in Disasters. She states that she is not affiliated with any political party, and if confirmed, she will serve a vacant term that will end on December 31st of 2018.
Good morning, Ms. Lehtinen. Would you like to add anything to that introduction?
Not really. Shar kind of covered a lot of it. I did serve previously as a term of vice chair on the Maui County Fire Commission and was responsible for hiring the current fire chief on Maui. I have a pretty extensive background in fire and life safety, disaster preparedness, disaster mitigation, and I'm looking forward to serving the community and sharing my mana'o on the Fire Commission.
Councilmember Ilagan.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you heard, council members, Ms. Lehtinen has a lot of experience regarding putting out fires, let alone with the fire department in Maui and also within the community. She's been a very strong advocate for the FireWise program. And I just want to share a little bit about her character, because not only has she been working on fire, there's definitely a fire inside her heart for this position and helping and serving. And I'm glad that she stepped up. She's the perfect person for this position, and I'm glad she was willing to take some time out of her busy schedule. She is one busy lady. I know how involved she is in the community in the last 4 years I've known her, And I just want to ask for your support in her confirmation. Thank you.
Can I clarify one thing? I don't actually put out fires. I teach wildfire safety. I am certified as a wildland firefighter, and I'm certified as a wildland arson investigator, but I don't actually currently put out fires. I teach wildfire safety. I just want to clarify that.
But if called upon.
Thank you.
I can put the wet stuff on the red stuff.
Cool.
And she also knows her limitations.
Perfect. Any other council members? Chair Kanuha.
Thank you. Aloha, good morning. Just, I'm fully in support of your nomination and will be voting for you, but can you just give us a little, how was your experience being on the Maui, just briefly, being on the Maui Fire Commission, and how is that going to play into you being on this commission? Just like, how is that experience going through the process of hiring the chief?
The hiring of the chief, and I don't anticipate having to do that during my term on the Hawaii County Fire Commission. That was a long, involved process, and a lot of thought and a lot of careful consideration, and going into how to determine how to hire, what interview questions to ask. And we actually spent a lot of time and a lot of energy. I think the experience that I gained being on the Maui County Fire Commission will help me on the Big Islands Fire Commission in terms of I kind of know what to expect already, but I'm just looking forward to meeting my fellow commissioners, walking into an existing group that's already used to working with each other. So I just sit back and watch and listen and learn and share my mana'o with us.
No, I just wanted to hear a brief history of your experiences on that, because I'm glad, the ability to work together to find common ground is a great trait to have. So mahalo for serving, and mahalo for volunteering.
Thank you.
Margaret?
Yeah, just want to thank you, Denise. Just as she's done a great deal over on the east side, like Councilmember Iligan mentioned, she also did a lot over on District 9, and we have quite a few fires over on our side and issues. And you look at some of the big fires that have occurred in other counties and places where it really even came into whole urban areas, and as close as the one got to Waikoloa at one point. It was really only because Waikoloa, they had just recently done a lot of fire-wise work out there, that they stopped the fire just before it got into Waikoloa. So thanks, Denise. Great addition. I'm sure you'll
Mahalo. Thanks, Margaret.
Councilmember Onishi.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just another follow-up question to Mr. Kanua's one. If being on the Hawaii Fire Commission, and say you needed to be involved in hiring a new fire chief, would you on your part take comments from fellow firefighters?
What we did in Maui for the first time ever, actually, on Maui, is and we decided this as a commission, is that we went and we held community meetings where, and this was brand new for Maui, we held community meetings in I think we held 2, where anybody from the public could come and give testimony, including firefighters.
Okay.
And so it was community feedback and firefighters could give feedback as well. And it was very interesting in that process, because what happened is we had a very disgruntled county employee get up and say who they wanted to be chief. Everybody had an opinion about who wanted to be chief, right?
Correct.
But we had a very disgruntled employee come up and say, the chief should be X, Y, and Z. And firefighters, in my experience, because I also worked for the National Fire Protection Association, so I have 15 years in the fire service industry, very rarely do you ever see firefighters give public testimony. What happened is people so disagreed with this one lone individual that several firefighters who normally would have been on the sidelines and remained silent stood up and said, no, we want these qualities in a chief. And we weren't looking for a particular person. We're looking for qualities. What qualities did you want in a chief? And so they said, we want these qualities. We want somebody who can do this and can do that and who has this experience, as opposed to this. So it was very interesting to see on that occasion. So again, we were looking at qualities, not per se different individuals, because there's we had very qualified candidates. And so it was very much a long, involved process. But again, I know the current chief, and I don't anticipate him going anywhere in the near future. Chief Rosario is very capable.
Okay. And have you compared Maui's like rules or policies to Hawaii County's rules and policies as a commissioner?
I haven't, because I was waiting to actually be voted onto the commission before I did that.
Okay. Because what I understand is that Hawaii County is really different compared to the other counties. And the authority that you as a commissioner, I don't think you'll have as much powers as other counties. Yeah, something to look at. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't want to put the cart in front of the horse.
Please, Councilmember Eoff.
Aloha. I just wanted to add my congratulations and thank you in advance to us confirming you. But I read your background, and it's amazing that you're such a perfect fit for this commission with your experience. So
thank you.
Thank you for coming forward.
Right. No other discussion. I just want to extend my gratitude in coming forward and serving on the Fire Commission. I'm sure you're doing very well, and thank you for bringing.
Thank you.
Okay, so may I have a motion to approve? Oh, okay. So shall we vote? All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? So we have 8 ayes and 1 excused. All right. Next item.
Mr. Chairman?
Thank you.
Yes.
If you don't mind, is it okay if we maybe take a
yes, please.
2-minute...
And also, since we did approve you at the committee level, we wouldn't require your presence at the council. But if you do choose to be there, please.
Okay, thank you.
All righty. So I'll take a brief recess. I'm going to call our Mass Transit Public Safety Committee back to order. All righty. Our next item, please, Mr. Clark.
Bill 229 amends Chapter 18, Article 4, Section 18-90 of the Hawaii County Code, 1983-2005 edition, as amended, relating to Helion bus fares. Adds a one-way fare of $4 for the Helion Kako'o paratransit system, which provides transportation services to persons eligible through the Americans with Disabilities Act. Introduced by Mr. Paleka by request.
All right. May I have a motion?
Second.
Right. Moved by Councilmember Onishi and seconded by Councilmember David. Any discussion on Bill 229? Councilmember Poindexter.
Yeah, on, oh gosh, the paratransit one, sorry. Yeah, when I heard some of the testifiers appreciating the bus that is being made available to them, and then I heard some about the concern about the cost. So I'm trying to look through my things because I have a daughter who is disabled. So, but her program pays for some transportation costs. So I know that if she would need to ride this bus, that I probably could get monies through her program to be able to help subsidize the cost of riding this. So I don't know for the, and she's 27, so, you know, she's an adult with disabilities, but still can qualify for those services. And I'm hoping that all the other, you know, people who have disabilities have those same type of services. I'm trying to check into how to, you know, I know she's under the Department of Health, and then we go through the ARC of Kona, who helps to run her day program as well, the after-school type of program after Brantley Center, the adult care. So I'm hoping that all of these disabled adults have that same opportunity to have some of their transportation subsidized in some way. So that's what I'm checking. I'm not voting for or against this at this moment because I'm going to be checking with my office and running in and out of here quickly. I should have done this earlier. I just checked for my daughter, but I need to check to see if that is available to all people with disabilities. But definitely I support the transportation, and thank you to our Director Tiffany Kai, and of course our Chair, Councilmember Paleka, for making sure that we take care of all of our people and their needs. So I'll be checking into this. So I'll yield at this time. Thank you.
Councilmember Onishi.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Tiffany, can you please come up one faster? I think it would be great if, you know, Tiffany can explain about the costs and what, you know, how they came to that numbers, and make it clear. You can introduce yourself.
Tiffany Kai, Mass Transit Administrator. Basically, we're here today to amend Chapter 18, Article 4 of the Hawaii County Code to establish fares for a paratransit Kāko'o system for Hawaii County. Basically, you know, first to answer your question, according to the Federal Transit Administration, Section 131C, the fare for a trip charged to an ADA paratransit eligible individual or user of a complimentary paratransit service shall not exceed twice the fare that would be charged to an individual paying full fare without regard to discount. So right now, the current bus fare for general, we charge $2, so therefore we're allowed to charge double or twice the fee, which would be $4. And when you look at paratransit services, it's a different type of service, so it's more like a origin to destination, curb to curb, or door to door. So the cost involved is a lot more than the regular public transit. Right now, if I'm not mistaken, we charge, for public transit, it comes out to like $13 a rider or per ride, and we charge $2. Where paratransit right now, in Kona, we're paying $80 an hour or $75 an hour for the services. So, you know, it's a very costly service. So that's how we came up with the $4
Could you just repeat what those numbers you said for Kona? I couldn't hear it.
Kona, it's $80 an hour. Hilo is $75 an hour.
And then there was a testifier. She mentioned about, I guess the county provides, I guess, a discounted rate on like seniors and disability, or, you know, she mentioned all these different categories. You know, I don't have it with me, but that we do have something like that, correct?
We do have discounts for seniors, disabled, and students. Their cash fare would be $1. Or if they purchase discounted bus tickets or bus fares, I believe they get like a 25% off.
Okay. And then so there's like no way that we could somehow get that compensation, I mean, from that $4 to a $1 for that. can go ahead.
So,
You can
hi.
introduce yourself.
I'm Carol Himani. I'm the paratransit specialist. So first and foremost, the paratransit is a public transportation type of service. So when you mention the other service providers that also do transportation for their clients, so they are able to prioritize on what the transportation needs are, so they can select whether it's like a health care or doctor, that sort of thing. But we're public transportation. The only what qualifies someone on this service, and it's mandated by the FTA, is the functional ability of someone to ride. So, and it falls under ADA. So what you were mentioning about discounts for disabled, the service itself was set up to basically service that population that were unable to ride the regular public transportation. So they're unable to get to the stop or use the regular transit route. So therefore, we have vehicles that will go to